Yeah, so it was about 18 months before, and but you didn't lose much between that photo
No.
and the one of you. Is that you at the end of a training session?
That was me. Yes, yes. I was either at the end of or just before a training session.
Right.
So it was.
And what made you start with me? I think you would come to me off my email list, right?
I saw you on Facebook. I don't know why.
No, I don't know.
I think someone, a mutual acquaintance or whatever, must have shared something. I read something you wrote.
Yeah.
I bumped into my neighbour, who's a fitness fanatic.
Right.
And he told me about his routine, and he asked me what I was doing at that point in time.
And was you doing anything?
I said nothing.
Really? Not even any squash?
No, I wasn't doing anything. And it made me think that I should have been. I was playing a little bit of tennis, but every time I played, I got injured. So I hadn't found a way of staying fit while not agitating my hip.
Yeah.
So this has helped me do that. And
Yeah.
It's strengthened. Not only have I lost weight, which has cost me a fortune in suits, but it's toned me up. It's made me feel sharper. And it's strengthened my core as well, my hip, which has meant I've had.
Well, not carrying that weight around means you can probably play a bit more tennis without getting.
I can't do that yet,
No.
but I'm getting very, very close to being able to start playing tennis and squash again.
Yeah.
Which is my goal.
Well, 10 kilos to not have 10 kilos. I mean, that's that ball that we've been throwing about.
Well, I've lost 4 inches off my waist.
4 inches off your waist. That's amazing.
I mean, none of my suits. I've had to have all my jackets taken in, all of my trousers taken in.
Yeah.
My jeans fit me anymore. The other thing that sort of inspired me was that I read an article about how people who work in the city, work in finance, focus a lot on, which I do, focus a lot on becoming financially successful and they neglect their health.
Yeah. I must say,
that's exactly what I was doing.
I push that a bit in my marketing a little bit sometimes and say, there's a bit of an adage that you fit your own gas mask first, and it might be all well and good being financially there for the family, but if you're not physically there for the family in 10, 15, 20 years time, what good actually are you?
I think it also makes you better at work. I mean, I'm not working as many hours now, but I'm probably more productive. I'm fitting my work around my other commitments. Before I was working 12, 13, 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I'm probably, my work is more intellectual than volume stuff.
When you're doing it though, is it the kind of that kind of job where you're walking around to meetings and clients and stuff, or are you sat at a desk on the phone to them or emailing?
It's mostly 50% at my desk. A lot of meetings, but a lot of it is modelling, maths, and writing reports, writing PowerPoint presentations.
So you are at a desk pretty constant.
I'm at a desk probably half to 3/4 of my time.
Right.
And it's a wonderfully fulfilling job, but if you let it can take over if you let it take over. And this, in addition to making me fit, this has put a bit of balance back into my life. It's forcing me out of the office.
Yeah, brilliant.
The Friday sessions at Najmat are really good as well, because they play with your mind a bit, because you get up in the morning early and you think, I don't want to do it. You drive over there, you still think, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But once you've done it and you're driving away,
the
and you
weekend's off
realise,
for a good start.
yeah, you've got the whole day in front of you.
Yeah,
And you feel virtuous, and you feel as though you've already accomplished something.
Yeah,
It's very good.
Good stuff. And in the sessions themselves, we both know that you like a bit of a competition, which I've tried to bring in a bit more over the last few weeks. So that pushes you when we have almost like a game amongst a bunch of us.
Yeah.
But exercise in particular, you like lifting weights, don't you? So you like anything I put a target on, you like a lot, don't you? Yeah. So if I say, look, there's 40 seconds, there's a 10 kilo medicine ball, and you should be able to do 20 in that time.
And I'll do 20.
You'll probably try for 24, right?
Yeah, about right. I hate burpees.
Hate burpees, which everyone does, but I have kept them to a minimum. If you've noticed, I've bought them in the last 2 weeks or so, but they went for at least 2 months without being in, and that's not necessarily because of that's not necessarily because, well, they're just a bit of a cop out for some trainers. They get thrown in there all the time just to get the lungs busting, which is fine. But if there's other ways of doing it, repeating the same movement constantly isn't always the most healthy thing to do.
They're fine. I'm just not very coordinated. And, you throw 2 or 3 movements in together that you have to remember, and I, for some reason, halfway through the second one, I've forgotten what the third one is.
Right.
It's sort of a goldfish type thing.
And now you've lost your 10 kilos. We've talked about goals recently in the last sort of week or two. You want to keep the same weight?
I want to keep the same weight. I want to continue strengthening my core. I want to win any competition that's going. But most importantly, my next goal is that my daughter's got this.
Oh yeah,
30
what is
mile,
it? How many?
30 miles in Pembrokeshire.
30 miles in how long?
3 days.
30 miles in 3 days in what? Probably a few stints of walking each day.
It should be fine, but it's up and down hills.
Yeah.
And walking is something that that sets my hips off.
Okay.
So I've got to, just to be safe, I've got to strengthen
well,
my
it's
hips
thousands
even
and
more.
thousands of steps, right? And anything that's repeated like that, all right, could cause some aggro, but you see a physio for that, that's good.
But she's small and slight, and I've got to be there to show her that anything she can do, I'm willing to be there to support her.
Brilliant. And
But,
you'd recommend it to people?
Absolutely. I have done, and I will continue to. It's great. I mean, the fact that it's 40 minutes, it gets me out of the office. It's a short, sharp, balanced burst of activity. So even if you're just doing it 3 times a week, or even twice a week, it's
effective, right?
It's very effective.
Cool. And obviously, nutrition's a different story, but I've pointed you in the right direction for a few times, right?
Yeah, and I stick to that broadly.
Yeah.
I've changed my lunch, I've changed my breakfast, and it gives me a bit of confidence that when my boys want to go out and have a hamburger that
you can.
I can do it. I know I'm going off the reservation.
Yeah, nice one. Cool. Thanks for that.
Pleasure.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Bye. Nice one, mate. Thanks a lot for that. Good for your time.